So today's video is going to be all about how to grow your nails long and strong. If you've been following me for a while, you will know that I have trained as a nail tech, so I do actually have some qualified knowledge, and also I've just been researching this for a really long time and have experienced it with my own nails. So as you can see, they're really nice and long now. They didn't used to be. My biggest problem back in the day is that they would what they call delaminate, which is a fancy word for saying they would split. So for example, I'd have bits on my nail here that I could kind of just flake off like that. And it's just kind of annoying because it would thin out the nail a lot when you do that, and then you could peel it off and it would break easy and stuff like that. So that was my biggest problem. Okay, so I've got this big list of things to talk about, and there's lots of little tidbits in here you might want to remember. So if you are really interested in remembering all this, I would suggest getting a pen and paper and taking some notes. So before I continue, I thought I'd talk about why you really want long nails, which might seem kind of silly, but I just want to point out the benefits. My biggest reason is that they can be bigger canvases, because as you guys all know, I am very much into my nail art, and I just found that I liked having more space to paint on. Other reasons are that it elongates your fingers. If you've got shorter fingers, you do find that long nails tend to make your fingers look a bit longer as well. This one's kind of a weird one, but they feel great on your skin. Like, my husband loves it when I go like this or something on him, and it just feels, oh, so good. So that's kind of a fun bonus. They feel quite ladylike and like you've got your life together. So I won't go too much into this just because it is a little bit controversial. I'm sure people won't agree with me, but I don't believe either vitamins or strengthening top coats work. For a start, strengthening top coats are just an extra layer on your nail. It's the same as a base coat. Once the nail's grown out, you can't change it. You can make it more oiled than that, but you can't change it. You can't change the actual makeup of the nail. It's already grown, it's dead, it's out. But what you can do is do all these other things I'll talk to you about soon. And for vitamins, supplements are there to supplement something that isn't already in your body. So if you're a healthy human being, if you're young and you're fit and you eat a varied diet, you don't need anything else to supplement it. And if you already are balanced, having some extra vitamin C or something isn't going to make you better. It's just going to keep you the same. You can't be a superhuman by taking some vitamins. You guys might disagree with that, and that's fine. Like, I'm not trying to start an argument over anything like that. If it works for you, think it works for you, great. Keep doing what you're doing as long as you're happy spending the money and you think it really is making a difference. So problems that you might have with your nails include splitting, peeling, they might chip easy and break. You might have hang nails, you might have bitten nails, that's a bit of a hard one to tackle. You might have dry skin and nails, and they might be very brittle. And another thing that I will actually cover in a separate video, so keep an eye out for that, is how to get rid of yellow nail stains. That's kind of a separate thing altogether, so just keep an eye out for that video. For all of this stuff, genetics can definitely play a part, but I also think that if you regularly look after your nails and do all the things I tell you to do in this video, your nails within a year should show some very significant signs of change. It might have taken 2 years to get this good. Like, they are really good. They're really strong and healthy, and they don't break. They haven't broken since, I think, March. And I don't know if they actually will break. They just are really, really strong. But it's taken me 2 years to get there. And this is what I'm talking about, like 2 years. This isn't a quick fix. There is no quick fix for nail health. And that is because the nail has to grow completely out, because once the nail's there, it's dead. This whole part is dead. But the matrix is alive, and that's where the new, healthier nail can be formed and grow out. But it can take 4 to 6 months for it to grow out, even longer. Plus, you probably won't get into the habit of all these things straight away. It can take quite a while to form a habit. So that's why I say about a year maybe, if you're doing it regularly and really looking after them. So, how to fix them? Cuticle oil. Cuticle oil is the biggest thing you can do to help your nails. You need cuticle oil in your life. If you don't have some, go to the shops and get some. Look for stuff with jojoba oil in it. It's spelled like jojoba, and that's really good. There are heaps of good oils in there that will really, really help your nails. There is no way to really explain just how important this is. So I'll just show you the cuticle oils I use, and then I'll show you how to apply it. So my favourite one at the moment is this by Starkin. It's so freaking cute. And it's a little bottle, but it smells amazing. This is the best thing. I will always have some of this cuticle oil for like the rest of my life, just because it smells like nothing else. Because most cuticle oils, they just have kind of a boring smell, like fresh or something. But this smells like chocolate macadamia nut cookies. Oh, I wish you could smell it. It smells so good. And then Starkin also sells other scents like lemon meringue pie and caramel and chocolate and toasted marshmallows and heaps, and they are incredible. And what I also really like about Starkin cuticle oil is that it doesn't get really greasy, whereas in some cuticle oils sort of stays on your hands for quite a while. It doesn't absorb and it leaves marks on things. This one is the best I've ever tried for not leaving marks. So I will leave a link to that down below. But I've also got heaps of other cuticle oils. I tend to collect them a little bit. So these are the ones I've got at the moment. And I think what I'll do is actually do a review on cuticle oils at some point so you can know what my favourite ones are. But I won't talk about it in this video just because I will talk for a long time. And then this will be a real pain to edit and even more painful to watch. So that will be another time. With cuticle oil, just get it out, brush it on your nail, well, all 10 of them, and just massage it in. It's not hard, it takes 30 seconds to do all 10 of your nails, and it will make the biggest difference. So I use my cuticle oil every night. I put it on my bedside table and just apply it before bed, and then it's all good and I'm not touching other things or washing it off during the day. And it's a nice peaceful routine to do at the end of the day, so that's quite cool. Also, try to use it after you use nail polish remover, because nail polish remover is very, very drying for your nails, and it just sucks all the moisture out, and the oil is there to replace that. Water too, by the way, I should talk about this. Water isn't good for your nails, neither are chemicals, no surprise there. So seriously, spa baths are awful. Water is bad because what it does is it'll get into your nail, and it might look like your nail looks all healthy and moisturised and that, but actually the water's going to get all in there, then it's going to dry out and leave your nail drier than it was before, and that'll leave it kind of brittle and easy to break and that sort of stuff. So it is really good to keep your nails nice and oiled, and therefore not as much water can get in. I'm not sure if I'm explaining this as well as I could, but again, when I do a cuticle oil video, I will talk heaps about cuticle oil and the benefits, but just trust me now, it is the most important thing you can do for your nails. It fixes everything. Like, I'm not kidding, it will fix splitting, it will fix peeling, it will fix brittleness, it will fix hangnails, it will fix everything. Okay, so you've got the cuticle oil as your friend, but you also want to help your nails grow out for a bit first, because as I said before, your nails are already how they are and they're already grown out, and while they're growing and the cuticle oil is making the new nail all healthy and happy, you've got to protect the nail that's still there. So I really recommend either painting your nails with polish or else getting gel polish. Gel polish is really, really good for this because it's particularly strong and lasts a couple of weeks, so that's really handy. So get a professional to do that. I don't really recommend doing it at home. And look for a really good qualified nail tech as well. Don't just go for the cheapest one, because you could be compromising hygiene and the quality of the service. But if you can't afford to go to professional, just get some normal nail polish and apply that, or just like a top coat or base coat, and just keep that on there to give it extra little bit of strength as they grow out. What to say, there actually is a polish I could really recommend that's in between gel polish and normal polish, and that's Sally Hansen Miracle Gel. I reviewed it a little while ago and I was actually really impressed. I think quite a few companies now are coming out with polishes that do stay on a lot longer, and so look out for anything that's like a gel polish hybrid, because yeah, it does last longer on your nails and it could really be worth the investment. So yeah, I've tried Sally Hansen Miracle Gel. Okay, just one of the biggest things for nail care is just to be aware that they are there and make them a priority and think about it before you use them. For example, I don't even like clicking down this pen, like I'll do it, but I don't like it because it's pulling at my nail, and I know that even if it doesn't damage it right now, it might be breaking up some of the keratin bonds and stuff like that. So I'm, very, very careful with my nails. One of the biggest things that can mess up your nails are can tabs. Don't use your fingernail to do it. It's a disaster waiting to happen. So what you should get is a spoon, which you should have anyway for eating something out of a can normally, and just shove it under there, pull it up a bit, and then what I do is I grab my thumb and open it that way. You don't need to use the spoon the whole time, but just don't use your fingernails at all. Use the side of your thumb. And then you can just open it. Okay, I can't open it. Well, there you go. Ew, I'm not even eating that. Chris is going to eat that. It smells foul. So just don't use your nails to pry at things in general. Pick up things with your hands, not your nails. Really just make your nails a priority, think about them. You've got to be very aware that they exist. And if you want them to be nice and long, you've got to actually let them be long. And even if they don't break at the time, you would have damaged them by doing something kind of nasty to them. Some other things to watch out for are harsh chemicals. If you do chemical scrubs for bathroom or something like that, just be quite careful. Try to wear gloves whenever you can. Water, if you hand wash your dishes, again try to wear gloves because water is not good for your nails. And if you're repeatedly washing the dishes every day or several times a day, it will have quite an adverse effect on your nail health. And also if you've got acrylics or gel polish or whatever, having water and chemicals around will also destroy them. So just bear it in mind. Gardening is a bit of a pain. You need to wear gloves. Don't garden barehanded. I have done this and it just destroyed my nails. You think it's going to be okay, but then no, it just doesn't work out. Another thing to talk about is what you do during your day. So if you have kids, or if you work at a desk job, or if you, I don't know, if you go to school, or if you play sports or whatever, look at all these things that could have an effect on your nails. If you're using a netball, for example, and you push it away and then you catch it, that's going to break your nails at some point. There are lots of things that can damage your nails. It's just about seeing what your sort of dangers are. Most things you can kind of work around. Just use like gel polish rather than normal polish, and just prioritize it really. It's all just about being aware of what things you do in your life that could impact your nails. So I thought I would quickly show you what is in my nail kit, because part of looking after your nails is not just a cuticle oil, but it's also about pushing back the cuticle, getting off hangnails, and just looking after your nail health. And so one of the things I have in here is a cuticle nipper. And these, you've got to be careful of them because they can be very sharp, but this is just really good for cutting off hangnails. Never ever ever cut around here. I'm going to actually show you properly. Okay, so cuticle nippers, I don't actually have any hangnails right now to cut off. But what I would do is get this and kind of just, if you found a hangnail there, just snip it off. You need to get used to it for a bit first because it can be a bit harsh if you don't know how to use it, but these are really handy. If you don't have one of those though, you can just use nail clippers because they can do the same job, but just be really careful because they can sometimes take off too much skin. So just be careful, you'll learn how to do it pretty quickly. Nail scissors can also be really helpful for that. So I thought I'd show you something kind of interesting about these two nails here. Both of them I have injured, essentially. I have whacked my nails on separate occasions really hard on the floor or whatever, and it gave them both a bit of a fracture. And I thought that they were going to break because normally that kind of impact would break my nails, but because they're so strong and healthy now from all this cuticle oil that I've been using, they didn't break. Like, they got a little bit of damage, but it's not actually weakened them at all. Must have a little bit surely, but if you look at that, it's no different than this one here. Like, it's just as good. Sorry, it's getting a bit blurry. So yeah, my nails are really tough and strong. So I thought I would show you what is in my nail care kit. I have cuticle oil. I have this vial from Head to Toe. It's by EasyFlow, and EasyFlow is a professional brand, but you don't have to be a professional to buy from Head to Toe, and I really, really recommend these. This isn't actually the right one for natural nails, but it actually is pretty much the right grit now. When I first brought it, it was about 180 grit, I think, but now it's like, it feels like a 240 file. And you don't want a file that's too harsh on your nails because that delaminates your nails. That will cause the splitting in that. So just, yeah, when you go buy a file, whether it's in the shop or online, if it has a number, make sure it's at least 240. 240 is good. Don't go any lower than that for your natural nails. A lot of files you buy in drugstores and that are way too harsh for your natural nail. Another thing I have in my kit is this buffer. It's a disposable one, and that's why it's looking a bit munted and worn out now. But it is really handy if you want to get your nails nice and shiny. However, don't use it too much because it is actually removing small, very thin layers of keratin, and you don't want to file down your nails too much. So yeah, very rarely use this. It's kind of a fun thing to use every now and again, but I prefer polish. And then I have my orange stick and my cuticle pusher. I prefer this just because it's a little bit more gutsy, and I know what I'm doing now, so it's all good. But if you're just starting off with cuticle care, I would recommend using an orange stick instead and just carefully pushing back your cuticle. Okay, so your cuticle is not this part here. That is called the eponychium, and that needs to stay there always, 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 because it protects the nail from bacteria and germs and that getting in, giving you infections. So never ever ever cut around here. That needs to be left alone. But what you can do is push back your cuticle, and I don't actually have much, so it's kind of hard to show you. But your cuticle is, it's white stuff, like that stuff there. That's cuticle, and you often actually can't see it until you try to remove it, but it is important to remove it, because if you don't, A, your nail polish won't stay on as long because it's got this thing underneath it, and also the nutrients that should be going to your nail will be partially going to your cuticle, and that's not really necessary, so you can just remove it. Just be careful and don't push too far up your nail. You don't want to go all up here because you'll get yourself infected. Okay, so I think I'm coming to the end of this now. A few more things just to say, little notes here and there I've got, is don't put your fingers in your mouth. Nail biters, I know this is a big deal and it's really hard to stop, but it's you've got to stop biting before you do anything else. Like what you can do is try putting on polish on your nails, and sometimes people don't want to bite them then. One day I will do a big video all about nail biting. I used to bite my nails. My mum bit her nails for her whole life until about a few months ago, and I'm really, really proud of her. And I've had other friends that have stopped nail biting recently as well. So it does happen, you can do it. It's just, again, making it a priority. And the reason you don't want your fingers in your mouth is because of the moisture, and again, water, moisture isn't good for your nails. Only oil really is good for your nails. Okay, I'm just going through crossing things off, and I don't think I've already said it. And it's just that you can apply your cuticle oil over top of your enhancements, like your gel polish or your acrylics. In fact, it's really, really good for them and will make the enhancements last longer. So, bottom line is, if you want to do all this, if you want your nails to be nice, you can't just do this once and be like, sweet, I should have nice nails now. It doesn't work this way, it's a commitment. You have got to oil your nails every day. You should push your cuticles back and that sort of stuff once every week or two. When you cut your nails, instead of cutting them right down to where you want them to be, cut them a little bit longer than that and then file the rest of the way, just because nail clippers can be quite harsh on your nails. It's a very sudden, strong break, and it's generally better to get a nice 240 grit file and just file it to where you want to be then. I remember like a year and a half ago I could grow my nails long once I've been using cuticle oil and that for a while, but they were kind of they got a bit ragged and that, whereas in these ones they are not ragged, they are great. And so if they get a bit ragged and old and you can feel they're breaking, it might be best just to cut them down, keep them oiled, do everything right, and then wait for them to grow again. And it feels a bit sad sometimes cutting them off because you're like, oh my babies, but I don't know, like you might damage your nails that way, or you might whack them and might break them really low if they're that weak. So I don't know, it's up to you really, but if your nails aren't healthy, I think it's best just to cut them off and wait for them to grow healthy. Something just to bear in mind as well is that younger people have more oily nails. They naturally have a lot more oils in their skin, so teenagers in particular. Whereas as you get older, your nails dry out a bit, so it's really important to keep them oiled. So just to wrap this up, looking after your nails is a long-term process. It doesn't take a huge amount of effort, but you've got to remember to do it. And over the next year or two, if you do this, your nails will completely transform. Even in 6 months, you'll see quite a big difference. It's just all about getting in the habit and learning to just slow down a bit with your hands, and don't be as rushed and don't like grab at things as much, and you'll notice that your nails do improve. So you know there's little white spots you can get in your nails sometimes. I don't actually have any right now, but you know what I'm talking about. And that's actually not calcium spots as lots of people seem to think. It's actually damage caused to the matrix, and I think it's called leukonychia, I'm pretty sure. And that happens because you've whacked your finger here where the nail grows, and as it grows out there's like an air pocket for where that damage was done, and the air pocket is the white spot, and it's not a big deal, it's just a cosmetic sort of thing, it doesn't actually matter at all, but I just thought I'd let you know because it's kind of an interesting little fact. You'll be able to tell how well you look after your nails by how many white spots you have. If your nails are full of white spots, you've been pretty rough on your hands, okay? But if you only got 1 or 2 or none at all like me, it means you're being pretty careful, and it's quite a good indication for how growing your nails will go. So that's my video for today. I hope you found it useful. I'm sorry it's probably really, really long, but there are just so many things I wanted to include. If you have any questions, please feel free to leave them down below. Please subscribe. I will have another video coming out soon about how to fix yellowed nails when you get staining from nail polish and that. because I have had quite a bit of experience with that and managed to fix it up. So thanks for watching, subscribe and thumbs up, and I will see you later.
I will have nice and long and strong because everyone is such a long. I'm doing vacuuming. Do you want me to stop? I can say just come through. It's fine. I'll just stop for a while. Vacuum because I'm just doing the lounge now. Wait, it's noisy. I'll just turn it off for a little bit. Won't get long. Oops. Go back. Hey everyone, so today's video, and this is what